And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
FBI, open up! Welcome to this episode of the Sonny and Staxx Show.
Good morning, my brother.
Staxx.
Yeah.
And I'm Sonny
Yeah.
Grasso.
Yeah.
And my co-host.
Who's saying that?
Yeah.
Good morning,
crowd,
brother. How are
man.
you?
It's the crowd in the back.
The crowd?
Great. I'm doing great.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming in.
Thank you very much.
How are you, man?
Thank you.
How you
Good.
feeling?
I'm feeling a little better today.
Yeah. You've
So
been going
you
through
know
a
what?
lot lately.
It is, but it's like you told me. When I complain about taking little steps, what did you tell me? Yeah, but they're all going forward. That's right. So that's my new thing.
Damn right.
I just had to fix that. So they're all going forward.
Yeah, you got to just keep pushing, man, no matter what.
It's just that right side of the groin
You
has
just got to
got
keep
like a
it
little.
pushing, man.
That's right, brother. It's all in the hands of God anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. They went through your groin to go to your heart, right? What did they use? Big ass poles and shit, like
You had to see the thing. It was like 4 feet long,
like
and they used 2. They had to go on both sides because I needed a double. So I was sitting in the bed right outside the OR with my son, and one of the nurses walks by with this fucking thing like this big. You can't even see my other hand, how big it was. So she goes to go in the door. I go, wait, excuse me. She goes, what? I go, you really think you're going to put that in me? She goes, don't worry, you won't know. I said, well, I'll know when I wake up. She goes, no, you won't.
I know now. I know now. What do you mean?
It's amazing, isn't it, though, if you think about it?
Yeah, it's wild what they can do.
It goes right up through the artery, right into your heart, and then they start zapping it. It's crazy.
It's like really thin, right? It's like a really thin thing.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a
think how
wire.
thick is an artery? An artery's not that thick, right?
It's got to be like a fucking hair, kind of.
Right, like a fiber.
Yeah, that's insane. What's it got, a claw on the end of it or something?
It's got laser on the end of it.
So they just
So
push it right through your artery and then.
And then when they get to where they want in the heart, they hit the laser and they kill part of the heart muscle to make it tighter so that your beat goes back to normal.
When they're shooting the laser, they got to have something in back of the laser, right? So it doesn't go through and hit good tissue.
Yeah, I would assume so, unless it's a very strong flashlight.
And they're like
So,
not even looking at it. That's
Yeah, it's up there on a big giant screen, so they know when they're in the right spot. So when I'm in the OR laying on the table right before they zap me, the head nurse goes, "So is this your first ablation?" I went, "Yes." I go, "Whoa! What does that mean?" So some of the other nurses started laughing. So I don't think I like that. She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "What do you mean first?" She goes, well, sometimes you're going to need a second one. I'm like, oh, my God. But
wow. So it's more than one you got to have.
yeah,
Most likely.
she said, but hopefully not for 3 years. I said, oh, I can handle that.
It's insane, man. But you're still here and you're pushing through it. That's all that matters.
So Sammy, I told you on that email on his podcast he did the other day, he said he wanted to be a movie mogul.
Yeah,
he got it. He got his own jet. Look,
he got his own jet. He wants his legacy to be a lot different than what it really is.
Right. The murderer of Alden Kaiser and the rat to many, many, many people.
Many men, not just John Gotti, because he said,
but he didn't have a lot
enough. Gonna rat on me.
He didn't have enough money to be able to sit inside, so he's got to sit on top.
Yeah, he's on coach. He's flying coach.
You know what I should have done? The things that you do when you put the noises in, the special effects. And I should have had him going, wee.
Yeah. So if if people been watching the Patreon, then some people know what this is about. You know, this whole saga that's been going on with Jeff Loman, aka Canarsie, and Joey Merlino. You know about the whole saga.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So we'll give you a little rundown on what's been going on. So Jeff Canarsie, we'll call him Canarsie, right? So Canarsie has said over and over how much of friends he and Joey Merlino are. But Jeff Canarsie placed himself in this position. Like he made him be his friend type shit. I don't think Merlino was aware that they were friends. You know, yeah, like it's pretty creepy. Very creepy.
Yeah, it is. I finally went on his Patreon and I watched it, and he said the guy was there. He was reporting on the thing, and he was somehow, I don't remember how we got hooked up, but and he got some things for me, and that was it. Then I texted him a couple of months ago, asked him if he could find a 302 for me because we can't find it anywhere, and that's it. He goes, but we're not friends. We never hung out, and we'll never be friends now because he's a fucking maniac. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's seen him in a bar. He was at the trial. Like that doesn't mean you're friends. Or he spoke to him a couple times. That doesn't make you. And then he's saying he's good friend, like best friends with Stevie Mazzone, Sonny Mazzone, all these Philly guys. And I think that put a battery in his back to where he thinks he can talk certain way. He thinks he can do like he has carte blanche, whatever the fuck that means, to do whatever he wants.
Well, when we were talking backstage, you were right. He probably never thought, first of all, that Joey was going to get out. That's number one. But he never thought that Joey was going to be on YouTube and as popular as he is. So all the claims that he made were disputed by the guy you were making those claims about. Yeah. And that's embarrassing for a guy that claimed to be the king of this genre.
There seems to be quite a few kings of this genres, right?
Look what Salvatore wrote. Him and that Vaseline. Hey, Kev.
He applies the Vaseline slowly.
He said Loman is hiding in the bushes with a jar of Vaseline.
No, it's Scott Bernstein's sources
on the phone. Hey, Kev. Yeah, thank you.
So what happened was Merlino's been doing his thing. Obviously, Jeffy is obsessed with Merlino, right? Like, I'm going to show you a video where he says, yeah, I didn't see his video. Yeah, you did. He quotes it line for line. Like, but he says he didn't watch the video. Someone sent him clips.
Oh, really?
Total bullshit. He's lying.
Oh, man.
But listen, this is for entertainment purposes only. We really want people to get mental health treatment. That's what they should get. This is for entertainment purposes only. We don't wish harm on anybody. This is pure satire and entertainment. That's it. And but we're here to get the truth out.
Yes, but we're not like some of these other people that are vile and disgusting, and the way they talk to people that disagree with them, and the words that come out of their mouth. And how do you do that?
And someone made a statement yesterday, right? About they made a comment on my community tab. They said, "Oh, if you disagree with Staxx, he'll just flush you." No, that's definitely, I can take criticism. 100% I can take criticism. But there's a way to go about it. You don't have to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100% I can take criticism.
No tolerance for that, though.
No, no tolerance.
Don't come on here and try to take a shit on the show. We'll put you where you can go and take a shit. And that's down the turlet.
Yeah, the turlet. the turlet. So people are probably really wondering what's this about? What are you guys doing here? So Merlino had a show. I'm going to show you the clip where Jeff Loman's name kept going in the chat, and after he didn't like praise Jeff Loman as being his bestie. Jeff Loman had an epic meltdown and started ranting about how he did this and he's not thanked and all this crazy shit. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Feel about Canarsie?
Who?
Jeff Canarsie.
Who the fuck's sake? Who the fuck's sake?
I don't know.
Oh, he's got my case. He was all right. Far as I know.
Now, do you feel like that was disrespectful in any way?
Nope. I'm
If
sure he says
anything-
that. I'm sure he would say that about anybody. And that chat was going so fast.
The chat going fast doesn't even matter. He mentioned him. He was aware of him. He said his name. He wasn't being disrespectful.
And he said he was okay.
As far as he knows.
Yeah, well, that's as far as anybody. That's all of us.
No, I think
Hey, Sonny, how is Staxx? I said, great guy, I would say, as far as I know.
Sonny, but we know. But we know. We have some exclusive information for you guys that has not been put out there yet.
Right. And that's exactly what he meant. I don't know what's out there.
As far as I know.
As far as I know.
So
Now
then
I know
after
more.
that,
Now I know more.
Yeah, we know a lot more.
No, I'm being Merlino. Now I know more. Why don't you ask me again?
So I made a video for us to take a look at.
Okay.
And then we're going to go over this exclusive information that we found on Mr. Loman.
Yes, sir.
So let's check it out.
Rat move to help your friend on trial. Mr. Narcissist. Rat. Poor me. I did nothing wrong while cooperating.
Oh,
What's that you say? We'll get to that after this video. Wise Guy TV, what's going on? I think Merlino was making a point that yes, he knows him from the trial, but they ain't close, like Canarsie says. But I see why Jeff was mad. He said, "Who the fuck is he?" I don't feel like it was disrespectful at all. But watch this. You'll find out who this Loman guy really is.
All right. So the other thing I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about today was J.R. Rubio. I've been the only one, other than Joey Merlino himself, who has talked about this.
That's a lie. I've been
Wow.
doing shows on J.R. Rubio for quite a bit, and other people have too. It's just we didn't get eyes on our shit, but that's okay. All right, continue.
I was at that trial.
Oh, and you'll find out what that is in a minute.
I witnessed everything that J.R. Rubio did, every lie he told. I was there for the whole entire trial. I had a ringside seat to that fucking mess. And one of the things that J.R. Rubio has done is just lied repeatedly. And so I think Joey has played some tapes over on.
You see what I'm saying? I think he played some tape. I think he played some tapes.
His show.
Oh, like he doesn't know? He didn't
Yeah.
go look at it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's what somebody told me. I haven't listened. That's what somebody told me. I haven't listened. But sometimes, when you have thousands of hours of tapes, it's hard to pick the right one to showcase what you want. But I have the transcripts to tapes.
He has them. And he hasn't listened to Joey's, but he has the tapes.
But he has the
watch-
transcripts of the video.
Yeah, but he has transcripts of the trial and the tapes. So he's going to pick out transcripts, but they just so happen to be the same video transcripts that Joey put out.
Okay, got it.
And I've had them for a long time, and I never really talked about it publicly. But J.R. Rubio, just so people understand.
Let me say this too. He claims to be a journalist, right? But journalists don't talk like this.
This was a guy who was a fucking gopher, a go-get-it boy, a coffee boy. up in the Bronx. That's what he was. He was a coffee bitch.
They don't talk like that about people. This is no journalists don't talk like that.
Absolutely
okay?
not.
Never. So he's not, let's X that out. He's not a journalist.
Bitch. That's all he's ever going to be. And he ends up getting arrested for drugs. And because he does not want to go to jail, he offers to go down to Florida and try to get Joey Merlino into some shit. And that's the reality of it. Joey's not lying when he tells you that. I was at this trial. Everything came out. This is reality. But one of the other realities of this trial was that they could bring up every single thing Joey Merlino was ever accused of in his life, but we could not talk about Rubio beating on his wife.
What's this but we shit? Do you hear him?
Yes,
but
I did.
But we couldn't bring it up. But
he assigned himself to the case.
100%.
Yeah.
We couldn't talk about Rubio trying to shake down FBI agents. We couldn't talk about J.R. Rubio trying to blackmail the prosecution. And so those tapes are very important. And a lot of the tapes that I think I heard like that, I think I heard like a snippet of like one or two somebody sent me that Joey put out. And you've got this clown in prison complaining that Joey's going to take this to trial. Because that means poor little Rubio has to sit in a cell till after the trial ends. And so let's look at some of these transcripts. November 22nd of 2013, this is a conversation between J.R. Rubio and Carmine Gallo, during which Rubio discusses Mr. Merlino declining the opportunities to partake in the sale of stolen jewelry because Joey says he doesn't want anything to do with that. November 22nd of 2013, conversation between J.R. Rubio and Carmine Gallo and Joey Merlino, where Joey Merlino states that Rubio could go to jail for using a TV device that plays newly released movies. See, one of the things Rubio tried to deny was cable boxes. Rubio was all into that bullshit, right? November 26th of 2013, a conversation between J.R. Rubio and Carmine Gallo, during which Rubio concedes that Joey Merlino is right about criminal activity and it's over with. March 14th, 2014, conversation between Rubio and several others, in which Rubio quotes Joey Merlino is saying, "I will never for the rest of my life do another fucking thing that's illegal." March 14th, 2014, conversation between CW1, which would be Rubio, and Danny Pagano, in which Rubio admits that Joey Merlino is not doing anything illegal, and that if they're waiting for him to do something illegal, they're going to wait for a long fucking time because he won't do anything illegal.
And Bubba House is dead right with what he said.
Yeah, absolutely.
About Merlino since day one. You're correct. If you're friends with a guy, you don't need to prove it to anyone. Right?
Absolutely.
Hey, little Mario, what's up, man? How are you? Peter, what's going on? Jeff C. just pissed that Joey didn't make him the consigliere of his YouTube channel.
March 14th, 2014, conversation between Rubio and Dick Herman, in which he reiterates that Joey Merlino's desire is to stay away from all criminal activity, quote unquote. And like I said, I've been there 100 times and people have offered things to do illegal. Joey Merlino just won't do it.
Fuck it. You want to get into the meat and potatoes of this shit?
No, man, I'm digging this.
Okay. We'll get into it a little bit. Ken Kniff, what's up, man? How are you? Maureen, how are you? Carmela, does Jeffy know you're here?
Look what Jimbo Slice wrote.
I don't see it.
He says, Joey mentioned Loman on his show all the time. I clearly heard Joey say the words asshole, jerk off, douchebag dozens of times.
Yeah. Hey, Carmela, does Jeffy know you're here?
That was funny.
Does Jeffy know you're here, Carmela?
let's see, CW1, which is Rubio, tells Pat Capolongo that Joey Merlino is finished with criminal life. February 7th of 2014,
Francis,
conversation between Danny Marino and J.R. Rubio, in which Rubio corrects Marino when Marino says he heard from Anthony that Carmine and Joey are partners. Rubio responds that Anthony knows that's not true. So once again, all this bullshit about Joey's involved in this, Joey's involved in that, but everybody that's caught on wiretaps say, no, he's not involved in nothing. March 14th, 2014, conversation between Rubio and Dick Herman after a meeting with Joey Merlino. Rubio states, I asked him straight out about getting commission from things. Never a dime, he said. I haven't gotten a dime from anybody. Let's see. Pat Capolongo tells Rubio he doesn't even know Joey. Rubio instructs
Hey, watch it. What's up?
Augie Camacho not to pay certain monies to Capolongo. So what you have, and I know it may be hard because a lot of you weren't at the trial, but what you really have here.
Because a lot of you weren't at the trial, and he was. He's the one with the nose, right?
That's right.
He's in the nose. Because we had to fight for our lives in there. This guy is nuts.
Is certifiable proof that Rubio tried to connect the dots between Joey Merlino and everybody short of Jesus Christ. And there was just no proof. Even the alleged co-conspirators denied even knowing who Joey was or any involvement in the pain cream scheme that they had going on. And all this is an example of Rubio going out of his way to try to bury Joey Merlino. And in case you're confused, the only reason, like I said, why Rubio even knew Merlino is because Rubio got pinched for drugs and was looking at serious time. And the feds had a hard on for Joey, and they wanted Rubio to go down to Florida and get Joey involved in some sort of criminal bullshit. And it didn't work. And let's use Rubio's own words. Anytime you have a trial, right, you're allowed to use people's very own words against them. But the problem in this case, in many RICO cases at the federal level, especially involving organized crime, is that Judge Sullivan didn't feel that Rubio's words implicated him in any wrongdoing. And it's in my opinion that it's a little prejudicial because his own rants and delusions proved a hell of a lot of criminality. Tape 1, I want to get my $3,000 a month back. And that is Rubio complaining about the feds not paying him as much money as he wanted. Rubio complaining in prison. I need to pay my bills, go to college, take money with me, milk this thing. It's a warped case. I got a book deal with George Anastasia. And Rubio's admitting that he wants more money for his testimony. He's looking by any means necessary to make a monetary gain versus any moral obligation to himself or to the federal government. It just proves that his motivation was monetary, nothing more, nothing less. I need to pay bills. I want to go to college. I want to take money with me. I got to milk this thing for everything I can. It's a warped case. I even got a book deal with George Anastasia, which he never got. He was looking to make money. The $45,000 grew to $69,000. I need that $60,000.
Me
and this
too.
is Rubio complaining on tape that he wants more money. And this is the craziest part. Is you get down to this part where he says, the only thing I did wrong, checks, Medicare, food stamps, and everything that happened with the phone, Bill knew. And he's talking about Bill Inzerillo, the FBI agent who was supposed to be watching him. But for 93 or 94 of 114 days, he went unsupervised. And his claim here is that those are the only things that he did wrong.
Salvatore says, rumor has it, watch The Sopranos and have Merlino's transcripts. You can become A-Light's underboss.
So he's got everything he needs now.
Everything.
Wow.
He's in the notes. He can go where the public can't, remember?
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But listen, you guys definitely want to stick around because we have some explosive information that you will not hear anywhere else.
Absolutely.
And your jaws are about to hit the fucking floor. Right after this video's done.
But within a year of getting the Merlino case ending, he goes on all of these podcasts and he admits to framing somebody for arson to make sure that his deal gets kept in place. Well, that's not why he did it.
I'll be right back. Hey, Shinobi, what's up, man?
Mr. Shinobi.
I'll be right back, Sonny.
He framed somebody to keep a deal because you have to keep giving them more criminality of other people, but he admitted he framed somebody who was in their 70s or 80s and got a 10-year sentence for arson they didn't commit. And does Judge Sullivan, once he hears this, do anything about that? Nope, not a single thing. And one of the things he does is admits that his FBI handler, William Inzerillo, was in fact covering up his crimes and activities while under the watch of the FBI. Those are his words, not mine. Rubio's caught saying, when I was lying, I wasn't lying, I was protecting Bill. So he was lying to cover up an FBI agent's misconduct. And he's claiming that he was protecting Special Agent William Inzerillo, who knew that Rubio was still out committing crimes even after his agreement was signed, and he continued to help Rubio bury his criminality. This isn't brought up. There's not an investigation into that. Rubio's caught on prison tape saying he's really taking this to trial. Oh, great. Hiring more lawyers. Fucking scumbag doing this.
So
He's
what?
blaming
I don't
Joey
understand this
Merlino
point.
for all of his problems. Yet this entire investigation.
I know, like, of course the guy's gonna talk like that. They're like going at it in court, like.
Yeah, what are they going to say? Oh, really? That's a shame.
Yeah.
So what do you want to have for?
What
What do you want to have for dessert?
Oh, I got to stay in prison. No, that sucks.
Really? God, I
Of
hope
course
it's
they're
not
gonna
for
be
too.
like,
I hope
this
it's not for
guy.
too long.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go play basketball out in the yard.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
No, he's
I
talking
don't
to his
get it.
wife on the phone, and he's like, "Fuck that guy. I hope he gets 40 years."
Of course he's going to say that, wouldn't you? You
Hey,
think you were out of it?
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
They put you in a job where they're telling you whatever you can tell us, just tell us, and you go free. So they in their own way, they're telling you if you got to make something up, make it up.
Yeah.
And everything he tried, he has Joey on tape saying no, I didn't do that. I wasn't there. I would not. I'm out of that life. And so he came up empty, and they must have told him, on the tapes, then give us something. Just say something, and we'll take it from there.
Anything. Make something up. Fucking give us
And he
something.
knows if that happens,
He'll get a chance to leave, and he'll
he's-
get money too.
and then he's not around anymore.
Yeah, well,
So
he
he
wasn't
was-
going to be around anymore anyway because
Correct.
they knew that was done. Like his communication with Joey and all that, it was done. Like
Right.
he was already caught, so it was a matter of finding more information to get him in trial.
Mhm.
But listen, this video's almost over, and the anticipation.
Here we go.
You don't.
My nipples are
wanna
popping.
miss this.
Into the East Coast Enterprise La Cosa Nostra bullshit stemmed from Rubio getting caught selling drugs.
Plus
And rather than just face
Huh? What?
Roscoe.
facing prison time like a fucking man, he agrees to go down to Florida and tries to hem up Joey Merlino and God knows who else.
My other best friends.
Yeah.
This is the reality of what informants do. Not all, but 95% of them.
The reality. Is that how you say reality? Reality.
Yeah, you got to
The
stretch it out.
reality. This is the reality.
Like the way he stretches out credibility.
Credibility. I think his
You're
credibility's shot. After this show, it's going to be
You're
really shot.
fucking with my credibility. Salvatore, you need your own TV show, man. You are too funny.
Yeah, you are funny, man.
This is just facts. This is not me making it up. These are court facts. These are transcripts.
I'm going to give you court facts.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum.
From wiretaps. He's pissed off because Joey's fighting the charges, which means Rubio has to sit in a cell talking to space aliens for the next 3 weeks. And by the way, Rubio, you little jerk off. Rubio, you little jerk off.
Do journalists talk like that
No.
about people that they're doing little stories on and shit? No, they don't.
No.
Do you know how many people that were locked up with you that sent me emails when they got out telling me that the FBI smuggled a cell phone into you into prison?
Oh, your other best friends told you that.
Yeah, exactly.
That not only were you using the FBI's phones when they would come in, they'd hand you the cell phone, but you also had one smuggled into you? Those are facts. And if I put those emails out, I will. And these are people that knew everything. They watched you come and go. Rubio's caught saying, they say I took advantage of Bill Inzerillo. He doesn't deserve to be a federal agent. And this is Rubio more or less saying that Special Agent Inzerillo was indeed involved in a cover-up, and Rubio is complaining that others are accusing Rubio of tainting an agent.
He's not a journalist. He's in the film.
And it's his stance that Inzerillo did it to himself. Right. Does anybody buy that? Rubio says the phones are recorded and all of that evidence goes to the defense. And this is Rubio worried that the lies he is spewing are going to come back to haunt him because he knows his motivation all along has been for monetary gain, which is why he lied to the feds, the prosecution, and even attempted to blackmail agents in the prosecution.
I got a question for you, Sonny.
Yeah,
Is it okay to rat? Is it okay to rat on the rats?
No, you're a rat.
Yeah.
He's very angry at Rubio. What's he gonna do?
I don't know. What would he do? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
He says he could have warned me. He could have put money on the side. And Rubio is basically complaining that the Fed should have given him a heads up to save him money so he'd have more after he was taken off the streets. It's not their responsibility to take care of you. You fucking rat. You fucking rat.
Another journalist quote from the journalist.
Wow.
He's caught saying he's going to trial, this cocksucker. Female in the background, which is largely his wife.
I don't think he would come on for an interview, especially after I show you what I'm going to show you. I don't think he would.
No.
I hope he goes to jail forever. Rubio, so do I. And this is the most obvious of the Rubio tapes. He blames Joey Merlino for all of his problems. Marsha, Joey. But his complaint is totally invalid. He puts himself in the situation even after he becomes a fucking informant.
And listen, I got nothing against this guy at all. I don't even know him. I don't know any of these people. Like, I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of everything he says.
It's out there. That's all.
Yeah. I didn't make this shit up. I didn't do this to him. He did this to him.
Neither one of us are out there pounding the streets trying to come up with a story.
No.
Like reporters are supposed to be doing.
Hey, Robert Mack, what's up, bro? How are you? I got to talk to you, matter of fact. Call me later, Robert.
Yes, call time.
It's not Joey's fault he got caught selling drugs. It's not his fault he made a deal to cooperate with the feds. It's not his fault he decided to go down to Florida. And this is Rubio blaming everybody for everybody else, not taking any accountability or responsibility for his actions.
Oh, yeah, EG Vodka. I think it's a shitty brand.
And this is who Rubio is at his core. He fails to take any responsibility for anything. And it's also Rubio complaining because he felt like he should get a free pass, no prison, and a ton of money. But the reality is he made over $500,000 while being a rat. Where'd that money go? And he also got a kickback of any assets that were seized at trial, which I don't believe there were any, but he would have been entitled to 10 to 25% of that. And if that doesn't say money grab, I really don't know what does. He says, if I plead guilty, why not Bill Inzerillo? He was a co-conspirator on all of my crimes. And this is Rubio now wanting to blame his handler, Special Agent Inzerillo, for whatever he can blame him for. And this is Rubio once again not being able to accept any culpability for his actions. Blame everybody, indict everybody, poor me.
Card time, what's up?
He's caught saying they ruined my life. They ruined my life by putting me here. I was on top of the world.
Ronan, how are
I
you?
will lose the money in the casinos. First of all, you were on top of the world. You were a bitch for Patsy Perello. You were Patsy Perello's fucking bitch.
All right, listen to
Go
this.
get me coffee,
Listen to this. Do journalists talk like this? Listen to this close.
John. Rub my shoulders, John. Go blow the black guy in the corner, John.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Go blow the black guy in the corner, John. That's what
Why
you
does it-
were.
Why does it have to be a black guy? Why can't it just be go blow the guy in the corner? That's another part of it. Ah,
Yeah, pretty.
yeah.
That's who you are.
Bam!
People are gonna be like, "What is that?" Don't worry, you're about to find out.
They ruined your life by putting you in jail. Now you got yourself in trouble, you schmuck. No accountability. At least with some informants, I'll give them this. Full accountability. I did what I did. I own it. This prick can't. He can't own anything. Jerk off.
We're gonna see if you could own something there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jerk off. Jerk off. Jerk off. I did nothing wrong while cooperating. This is another lie. He beat his wife. He engaged in blackmail. He slept with other women. He lied. He covered up fraud. And those are the only things we know about. This fucking scumbag is going to jail. I hope he gets 40 fucking years. And he's complaining because Joey Merlino's fighting the case. And he wanted Merlino just to plead guilty because Rubio wanted out of the can. And he blamed Joey for all of his fucking problems. No, that's right, John. You did nothing wrong. Maybe you should have used some of that $500,000 to get the hair transplanted from your ass to your head. He's caught saying they will put me on the street. They will not put me on the street and let me fuck up more. The trial is shaky. They will put their star witness on the street. Star witness. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Jerk off. Jerk off. Jerk off. Jerk off. If I refuse to testify, they will rip up my agreement. And I wonder if this is the part of the tape where Rubio is crying like a bitch on the phone, begging for drugs. I need my drugs. I need my drugs. And making claims that aliens were coming to prison. Oh, yeah. There's some of those tapes. Fucking aliens. The guy's a fucking nut. His wife is caught saying they're covering up for Bill. Rubio says no shit. And just so that we know, 2 agents were removed from the case and reprimanded for their complicity in covering up Rubio's lies and crimes. And so, of course, Rubio is blaming his case agent for his own stupidity and failings as a witness.
Don't worry, the bombshell's coming in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, they blocked my my statement because I guess I used the word bomb.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
There's so many things you can't say. It's
We
amazing.
gotta keep it PG over here. We gotta try.
Worst witness I've ever seen. And just so people understand, this prick was given a phone where he was fucking messaging me during the trial, making all kinds of threats. Making all kinds of threats.
I wonder what his retaliation was for making all kinds of threats. This guy has a pure disdain for fucking Rubio, huh?
Absolutely.
Really?
I
It seems
wonder
like,
I wonder how far he's going to take it.
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Impugning his testimony. Joey probably hasn't talked about that. But I still have copies of those messages, which I believe I gave to Joey's attorney or gave to somebody else who gave them to Joey's attorney. And it was way too late in the game to really make an issue out of it. But the feds told him who I was. And he found my page and started lacing me down up one side and the other, calling me names. I blow Joey, this and that. But that's the reality of who he is. The feds allowed him to do this.
I wonder what he did in response of that. Right?
Yeah. That must have made him angry.
He looked very angry.
How else would he have known who I was if the feds didn't tell him? And it's funny because I believe Joey played a couple of tapes where J.R. Rubio was very interested.
I thought he didn't listen to the tapes.
Correct.
Remember, now he's saying, oh, he played a couple of tapes.
Completely interested in reading all of the news articles about himself. Mr. Narcissist, punk bitch, drug addict, wife-beating narcissist. And I believe he stumbled onto my article page where I reported every day on the trial and what was factual, what was gossip, what was real. And he didn't like the way that I portrayed him because I was telling the truth based on what I heard in court. I wasn't swaying it Joey's way.
Well, so you were just telling the truth. I got it.
We'll see how we'll see how far he takes the truth.
Yeah, I got it.
But I think Joey will tell you himself
that we were best friends.
Yeah.
We skipped down the road and played hopscotch together.
He'd been able to play those tapes about Rubio, the trial would have been over in 5 fucking minutes, and that's the goddamn truth. But
and we would have beat the trial, right?
Yep.
Right, Sonny? And then we would have beat the trial.
That's right. And I would have got $50,000.
Just a question. When Joey beat the trial, did he run out with Joey like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the limo waiting outside.
Yeah.
They got in the back. They popped open a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. It was a great day.
Yeah, straight to the social club that the general public can't go.
Rubio perjured himself by messaging me.
Oh, what?
What to Jeff Loman, Joe Merlino? What is going on here?
What could that be? Jeff Loman. Wait. Okay, it's about to drop.
And changing the statements that he made the day he was testifying. That's the kind of person he is. He took umbrance with the truth coming out. And
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
People you wouldn't even suspect.
No.
Called himself, and I have these messages. I'll put them out. If Joey wants them, I'll give them to him. He called himself an American hero. Yeah, I'm an American hero for trying to put Joey Merlino away. No, you're not an American hero. You're a failed witness, a junkie, and a wife-beating, lying sack of shit jerk-off. Junkie and a wife-beating, lying sack of shit jerk-off. That's what you are. And that's the truth. So if anybody wants to see those Twitter messages I got for him during the trial, I'll be glad to show them to you.
Who else would he show them to? Sonny?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll be glad to show them to you. And you have a duty is when you're friends with somebody to let them.
When you're friends with somebody, when you're friends with somebody that's on trial for their life.
Those Twitter messages I got for him during the trial, I'll be glad to show them to you. I'll be glad to show them to you.
Well, if he's your friend, he should have him in his hand already.
I know.
Duty is when you're friends with somebody to let them know that's going on. When you're friends with somebody to let them know that's going on. It's not a rap move. It is not a rap move to help your friend on trial. It is not a rap move to help your friend on trial when the star witness is perjuring himself in messages to you.
Ooh, wait. Is this getting deep? Because it's about to fucking hit the fan in a minute.
I thought G.I. Joe was the greatest American hero.
I did too. I thought Rambo was the guy.
That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Fuck J.R. Rubio and anything or anyone that looks like J.R. Rubio.
I don't think journalists talk like this. Do you think so?
At all.
No, not even a little bit, man.
You're stretching it out as much as you can.
Fucking nobody.
Mikey says he looks like a burn victim. Shout out to all the burn victims out there.
He's a somebody who got caught selling drugs, tried to impugn and impeach and crucify 100 men because he couldn't do fucking 5 years in the can. Bitch. That's what you are. A bitch. bitch, a bitch, a bitch.
Wow.
All right, so that's going to be it.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Fuck the bullshit. Check this out before we get into it.
For them, because no man should ever go to prison, on the words of another man.
Okay, so why are we really here today? What's the exclusivity of this, huh? What's this say? United States versus John Rubio. You see this?
I see it.
Judge Sullivan, the court is in receipt of an attached unsolicited submission by non-parties, Lisa Babick and Jeff Loman,
Right.
concerning supervisee John Rubio and his accomplice in the terms of his supervised release. As the court previously noted, Babick and Loman have each advised probation of his consent to the court's public docket of the submission. See, the parties object such docketing, security purposes, the court as redacted personal and private information related to the submission. Content is redacted when necessary and profanity. As previously ordered, the court will proceed to a conference on December 2nd, 2020, at which time Rubio is expected to admit all these specified violations of supervised release. Although the parties have expressed their willingness to proceed with sentencing immediately following Rubio's anticipated submissions, the court will defer sentencing to subsequent date and direct the parties and probation to make the sentencing submissions in advance of the proceeding. And then it says how Rubio requested to have an online court date. So now, this is Lisa Babick's letter. We're not going to read that yet. We'll go to that after. Lisa Babick is a court reporter. She wrote a letter to the judge. It says right here, Dear Mr. Sullivan, I am Lisa Babick. I'm an independent reporter who writes for a website called the Italian Inquisition. And I just wrote a story about the order submitted to Pacer October 5th regarding the government and informant John Rubio's recent appearance on the Johnny and Gene podcast. After a little bit more information, I found even more disturbing information about Rubio and his appearance and apparent violations of supervised release related to the appearance. I'm a bit unclear whether or not, in addition to his violations for consorting with convicted felons, if his new career as a professional gambler would also fall under such violations of his release. As I wonder if you are willing to speak with me regarding these issues, I've attached a link to the short article and various documentation, which Rubio now no longer is on Instagram, and some other documentation I recently received and which is attached. I look forward to your response. By the way, Rubio is aka Johnny Baseball Bat on YouTube. The particular video clip is in the article. And I looked up those and you can't find them. Okay, so that's her. That is her letter. Now, Lisa Babick sent me a statement for us to read right here. Let's check that out real quick. Check out Lisa Babick's statement that she wrote. Staxx, I had no idea he was writing a letter, meaning Jeff Loman. I told him I wrote a letter after I submitted it. Then a week later, he wrote a letter, which again, I had no idea he was doing it until afterwards. I also did not know him prior to 2020. Whenever I entered his genre, the first time I encountered him was on some Facebook group that I had promoted an article I had written and made a comment. I didn't know him who he was. Nothing. And that was like I said, when I entered this genre, I am also a professional journalist, having covered news in Chicago area.
Yeah, hard news.
Work. Yeah. And other freelance work. Throughout the years, well as PR, marketing, professional, over 30 years. I wanted to clear that up. I wasn't at Merlino's trial. I don't know anything about any of that. I can't read the bottom. Any of that was involved with the A-Light stuff. All right, so that's her statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
now
one of them.
Yeah, there's another one. Also, to put all this in perspective, you have to understand how Rubio was violated in the first place. It had nothing to do with anyone's letter. One of New York papers had written a story about Rubio being on someone's podcast, and I believe the judge saw that article in the newspaper, and that's how the violation started. It was all the original violation. Listen, the judge isn't out there looking at articles, okay?
Correct.
Somebody sent him the fucking article. He wasn't come across the article. It doesn't happen like that. So it says how the violation even started. It's all in the original violation paperwork, and which is on Pacer. After the article was when I wrote my article and then sent the letter with my questions. Okay, fair enough, right?
Yes, absolutely.
She's a journalist. So then, hold on. Then, can you guys see this? Then we get to this. Sincerely. All right. From Mob Talk Radio. This is Jeff Loman's letter to Judge Sullivan. I am writing you today to discuss a matter regarding John Rubio. While I am a semi-journalist and radio show host, I think you need to be aware of a few things that I didn't know if they were brought to your attention during the trial of Joseph S. Merlino. I attended those trials, and I was assailed by Junior Rubio repeatedly on social media. During that trial, he assailed me on Facebook for reasons I would assume was because of my daily write-ups on the proceedings of the trial. While I do cover organized crime topics, I found Rubio's act and testimony to be laughable in most instances. My opinion aside, I wanted to include some screenshots of Rubio attacking me in messages on social media outlets. I think regardless of my opinion on the case, that I shouldn't have to indulge this nonsense, as well as give you some information. I sued John A. Light in federal court in the Southern District of New York several years ago. I can assert you that I know for a fact that John A. Light and John Rubio were in touch months prior to Rubio being on the actual show. Being on the actual show itself. I am sure you are aware John A. Light and Gene Barillo have been making threats to people for years. And I am no different myself. And my attorney contacted Judge Buccalow down in Florida because he has broken his parole agreement by hanging out with Jimmy Calandra and Patsy Adreno.
Mm-hmm.
That point being, he has discussed in front of me wanting to either kill John A. Gotti Jr. and or baseball bat him. While I'm not trying to drudge up old news, Judge Buccalow in the case referred it back to Special Agent Ted Otto, who refused to deal with A. Light on any level. I am merely telling you this for reference. As for John Rubio, He has repeatedly harassed me online, and even recently, as a few weeks ago, making a video on Instagram about me, in which I don't obviously have the copy of it because I tried to ignore him. However, he attacked me relentlessly while he was on the stand testifying against Joey Merlino. I do believe, I could be incorrect, that the attorney Edwin Jacobs did receive copies of this during the trial. At least that's my belief. I am sharing these with you, not to entice, but rather to show you the type of individual Rubio is. I am sure you have your hands full, and I'm sure that you have enough on your plate. This isn't about retribution. It's about justice. If you need any further questions answered, or anyone needs to discuss anything, I am a New York resident, and whatever I can do, I will. But I am sure you have this under a watchful eye. Jeff Loman.
That is big.
So Jeff Loman wrote a letter to the fucking judge in the Joey Merlino trial to rat on John Rubio.
And as we said on Patreon, there's a very good possibility he thought he was doing something good for Joey.
Possibly.
But a rat's a rat.
Rat's a rat. I guess he really didn't know him as well as he thought. Because that is insane.
But it was really more, more for himself. He didn't like what the guy was saying about him. But what about what you were saying, even just in his video, but what about what you were saying in all these articles you were writing about him? So just like you came back at Merlino because you didn't like what he said or didn't say, this guy came back at you. Now you don't know what to do. So you meet her, she writes a letter, and a week later, she was the 24th, he was the 31st.
Yeah.
A week later, you write even a longer letter. And then you want to throw in A-Light. You know what? Let me get A-Light too. A-Light said he wants to kill John Gotti. Really?
Yeah, he put in A-Light, put in Barillo, he put in Rubio, right. All of them.
Yeah.
So listen, it looks like the rat ratted on the rat.
It sure does.
There you have it. Exclusive information that you will not hear anywhere else. Hey, my rat's exposed. What's going on? The rat
says he helped these rats dox me.
Yeah, like that's not like that type of stuff is not journalism. That type of stuff is not content creator. That shit's criminal when you do things like that.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Grandpa. Jeffy, you're out of the family.
Yeah, you're out of the family. I'm quoting fucking mob movies because I'm real fucking deal, Cool Gene.
To quote The Godfather, hey, Joey, could you do anything to help me get me out of this? Sorry, Loman, you're out.
It's insane, man. Insane. And then he goes on this epic rant about Merlino.
Right. Correct.
And what was the reason for that? Like, really, what was the reason for that?
I've watched that thing at least a dozen times just to give him some credibility, a little piece of the doubt. Joey didn't say anything wrong.
I don't think so either.
And I was in that chat. So people were saying, they were sending names out left and right. Do you know Frankie Falucci? Do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know that one? He said no at first. Who the fuck is that? Okay. But then he went, oh yeah, it was with my trial. I did some things with him. And then if you go on his Patreon, he says, yeah, he did some work. He gave some stuff to my lawyers. That's all.
You broke on my heart, Jeffrey. You broke on my heart.
I knew it was you, Jiffy.
Listen, man, this is some wild shit. Wild. Let's take another look at what Merlino said to set him off.
How do you feel about Canarsie?
Who?
Jeff Canarsie.
Who the fuck's sake?
I don't know.
Oh, he's got my case. It was all right. Far as I know.
Yeah,
then he
that's, I mean, it is.
wild, man. And then he tells on what's his name? And he tells on the fuck's his A-Light. Tells on A-Light.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, you
What
can't
does that
make
have
this
to do
up.
with it? What is telling that judge who's sitting on the Rubio case anything to do with A-Light and a baseball bat? What does that do? You're trying to show how much you know? Then you went and lived with him? Now, some people say it was only for like 3 or 4 days. Some people say it was less than a month. It doesn't matter. You're against rats. You can't stand rats. You want to put them out. You want to be the superhero. And then you go and live with the guy and you go on vacation with the guy.
It's crazy.
You're sitting there taking pictures with your arms around them in the pool and shit.
I mean, I heard different speculation on why they had a falling out. I don't even really want to get into it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know.
But they had a falling out, and then this happens. But look at this. He was the.
I've chosen.
He was never in Brooklyn. He wasn't
and those
born in
of
Brooklyn.
you that are not with me on it, well, that makes me sad. And it'll be dealt with in time.
This is the course that I have chosen. And those of you that aren't with me on it, well, that makes me sad. But that's going to be dealt with in time.
This is the course I've chosen.
This is the course that I have chosen.
And those of you that are not with me on it,
and those of you that aren't with me on it,
well, that makes me sad.
well, that makes me sad.
And it'll be dealt with in time.
But that's going to be dealt with in time.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That makes me sad. That whole thing. I'm with you. You know, we don't wish nothing bad on anybody.
No, let me flush this motherfucker real quick. Get the turd down the bowl. I got the right one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. No, we ain't doing that. You got to keep it respectful in here. If you can't keep it respectful, you got to go. I don't give a shit who you are.
That's right. Pure entertainment.
Pure entertainment. We honestly don't wish harm on nobody. Please
Absolutely
don't
not
harass this guy. Don't do nothing like that. We're just pointing out the obvious. This is for entertainment purposes only. And listen, I'm not a gangster. I don't know if Sonny is. As far as I know, I don't know.
Sonny who?
Sonny Grosso.
Sonny Red? Sonny Black? Sonny Day?
Sonny's a gangster as far as I know. I mean, that's what he says.
As far as I know. Yeah.
That's what he says.
But, you know, he's lied about so many things. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. No, you're not. My family and I got people over in Providence, you know, that all I got to do is pick up the phone. Well, no, you don't. You know, I did this. I flew here. And there's no reason for it because, like I said, I used to follow him and I liked his content. I liked the way he presented it. He was a professional. Then he turned into this guy.
But the contradicting bullshit,
right?
Like him buying the equipment for the dude out in York the Dork. Like this guy's a blatant rat. He got beat up and called the cops on video.
Right.
And this guy buys him podcasting equipment. You're great at what you do. What?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was wondering where you were going. Yeah, absolutely.
Make sense. It doesn't make sense. People hate this guy, Mob Rats Exposed, so much that, I mean, these people are wild. I mean, they hate him so much.
They hate who? MRE?
Yeah.
Our buddy right here.
Yeah, they hate him.
He says, no, not over in Providence.
Yeah, not over in Providence, they don't. I know. Me too. I walk around my town with my head held high. I don't, you know.
I was just going to say that, MRE, because he doesn't lie. Maybe they don't like some of the things he brings up. But if you're going to be calling out people for a living, everybody else is entitled to it too.
Hey, yeah.
Am I right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, as long as it's respectful, you know. Attacking people's families and all that's going too far, man. It's going too far. I don't think people should do that type of shit, you know. Pink Panther, what's going on? Maureen, what's up? Ro, we got a lot of people in the house. Make sure you guys hit the like button. And make sure you go check out Sonny Grasso's Patreon and check out my Patreon.
Wait a minute. Go on a little bit. What the fuck are you talking about? Foxtrot, whatever your name is? Buckshot? Sonny has a Bayou accent? How the hell are you from New York?
You from the Bayou?
I do. I do.
You from the Bayou?
I've been Bayou a couple of times. Get it? I've been Bayou.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the down southness is rubbing off on you, Sonny.
Damn. I'm gonna have me some crawfish for lunch.
Some crawfish. He funds doxing channel rats. Yeah, he does. That's disgusting that people do that type of shit. But I think they're gonna start cracking down on that type of shit.
I think they are already.
Because people are starting to get shut down, and I don't think they're going to tolerate it for too much longer. And they made a new law, didn't they, down in Florida?
Yes,
that's what I hear. Yeah,
they made a law: no bullying, no demeaning, no doing what he just did, or without mentioning the other guy's name that has the same first name did yesterday, which was an epic breakdown. And abuse of people that are members paying to listen to him. What he said, it was so bad that YouTube cut him out, took the whole thing down in the middle of a live show.
I don't even know who you're talking about. Don't know.
Well, that's why I didn't say any names.
Don't know him. Don't care.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Shout out to MRE.
There's no reason for that. We don't do that. MRE don't do that.
No.
You know, I mean, I'll go through the whole list of names. You know, Angel doesn't do that. You know, then there are people out there that just, all they do is say, you know what, you're a fucking jerk off. You're a piece of shit. You're this or that.
You're saying all the things that we're going to get fucking
banned. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's what those people say.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Like, they have no integrity, no morals, no nothing. They can't, like, that's the only go-to thing they have.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna have to get one of our wrenches or somebody in the chat to come up with a list of codes for us, what we can say.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have to talk like that because we have integrity, we have morals. We don't need to stoop down to other people's levels, man. You know.
So what if I said like rooster, lollipop? Would you know what I was saying then?
No. Breaking news, Tampa police started almost got Perillo, but he was able to slip away from the police. He doubling the amount of Vaseline he covered in the way to catch him in time. He slipped out of the police's grasp.
Oh, my God.
Vaseline.
Salvatore, you are too much, man.
Mob Rats UK, what's up, man? Listen, this is breaking news. If you guys go back and check out the video, I mean, it speaks for itself. And but listen, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. We don't wish harm on anybody. Please don't go harass this dude. None of that type of shit.
Grandpa got it.
You know?
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all right.
No, Grandpa got it about the rooster lollipop.
There's a video store near Morris Park in the Bronx. Back in the day, we used to rent Bayou Billy for Nintendo. I remember that game. I hear Ruffin is thriving in the witness protection program. Oh, man. Listen, I got some big announcements coming up. Huge announcements. You know all the stuff I've been collecting.
Yep, absolutely.
What I'm getting ready to do is incredible. I never thought I would take it to this level, but here we are. And it's about to happen.
Yep.
It's wild.
And you got your family behind you, which is great.
Yeah. Shout out to them. And that's all that matters, man.
Yeah, that would be fun. One day just for fun. Look, Mike Sulla says me, you, and MRE should do a show together.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll put Salvatore on too. He can come up as a special guest.
Yeah, we just
then we just sit back and put our feet up and let him do his thing.
Staxx, I'm becoming a Fibby expert. If you want me to come on one day, I'll give you the Fibby history. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Okay.
Definitely. We could set it up.
Absolutely, that would be fun.
Yeah, we'll chop it up. Well, man, thank you
That
for
was
joining
great.
me on this one, man. Go jump in your
Oh.
mogul. Go jump in your mogul jet and
Why? I think I missed it. He was supposed to pick me up at 1:30. I'll never get there in
Yeah.
time now.
no. Jump in
You
your
know?
mogul jet with Scammy.
Whee! Look at him.
Listen, there's a lot more interviews dropping, and
And don't forget and hit up Joey Merlino on Patreon.
Yeah, go subscribe to Joey Merlino on Patreon.
Tell him Staxx and Sonny sent you.
Yeah, definitely. Patreon, the skinny. It's the skinny on Patreon. Right?
Skinny, yeah, they're skinny.
Here, I'll put the link.
MRE, I'm down, guys. I'm a Fibby expert. There you go. Fibbiology. This chat is the best in the internet. I swear to God.
I know I got a lot of good people here. We got a lot of good people that check us out, man.
Yeah. That's funny.
Jeffy. Jeffy.
I love that, James. I love that. I'll never forget that name as long as I live now. Fibbiology. Did you go to school? Yeah, I went to college. I got a degree in Fibbiology.
Fibbiology.
I got my master's in Fibbiology.
Listen, and like I said earlier,
Thank you, my thing.
I can take criticism. That's not a problem. If you don't like some of the people I have on, some of the topics they cover, if you don't like me, that's okay. I can agree to disagree, and I could take criticism, but I don't tolerate disrespect. That's where I draw the line. So
That's
if
right.
you're in here and you're respectful, I can definitely take criticism. But if you're disrespectful, you're getting flushed, and that's the bottom line.
Okay. You got a few minutes? I got some things I got to get off my chest.
Yeah. All right, man. You have a great day, man. I got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, I know you do. Everybody, have a great day to chat. The best in the world. Have a great day. Be safe.
Yeah, and if you like this podcast, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get our videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this podcast, too bad. Start your own.
And remember,
don't be a Fibby.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.